So this week it's a tongue-in-cheek video. It's a bit of fun. I've done some very long ones and some very moany ones and what have you, so I just fancy a bit of fun. I would imagine I'll keep this brief and short. And well, you can see from the title, it's cowboy fragrances. Fragrances I'd wear if I was a cowboy. Which probably ain't gonna happen, sadly. Weirdly, I am kind of bizarrely fascinated with it. I didn't like Western films when I was young. My granddad was a big fan of it. I'm not, you know, cowboys and native folk kind of stereotypical films. I don't really share stereotypical, let's say, traditional values with cowboys. Most certainly not. But you know, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's not offensive to anyone. I do doubt there's many cowboys sat watching my videos at home. So yeah, we'll just crack on. It's self-explanatory, isn't it? And remember, just a bit of fun, because I've had some really heavy ones of late. So let's get in. So first up, it's I mean, I've watched Blazing Saddles and Brokeback Mountain. There seems to be nothing more that a cowboy likes camping out in the great outdoors. A roaring fire, some beans, you know, in Blazing Saddles. Yeah, he always seems to be eating beans off a campfire. A nice snuggle in the tent afterwards. It's cold out there, I mean, why not? And so it's that whole kind of thing. And in all seriousness, a night under the stars, especially in America, where in these places there ain't a lot around, is there? There's not much development and stuff. Some oil fields and whatnot somewhere, some fracking, just general. There's just, the thing is, there's not cities around, there's just environmentally destroying things about, isn't there? And some cactuses and stuff. And I think the best fragrance for this is, oh, what else could it be? Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. Which is, to me, it smells of beans burning on an open fire, like a proper campfire and that. But I believe some people get chestnut and this kind of feeling of a fireplace and being next to a fire. So it's kind of warm and cozy. I suppose burning beans can be warm and cozy. And I think that's particularly why this one suits my idea of kind of cowboys camping out under the stars. So yeah, that's By the Fireplace and Maison Margiela. Next, obviously what a lot of them seem to do, again, I'm not a cowboy, I don't know, maybe it's only in films, is a bit of the old horsey riding. You know, that kind of just jumping on your horse, bareback, you know, your shirt off, your Stetsons, your cool little cowboy boots with a buckle, you know, just again feeling the fresh air blow through your chest hair and through your... Do cowboys have moustaches? They do in a lot of films, so why not blowing through your moustache hair, you know, Magnum style, Tom Selleck kind of roading through. And there's always going to be that smell of leather and the outdoors. So what I've picked for that is obviously Ombre leather, which ultimately is leather, you know, a clean leather saddle, your clean cowboy boots and chaps. Maybe you wear chaps, I don't know why you'd wear them, but apparently they were a thing. And some flowers about, some lovely jasmine, and a kind of, there's almost a smoky thing. Maybe it's from all the gone out campfires we were talking about before. That's Ombre leather from Tom Ford. I think I already mentioned that, but it's a beautiful fragrance, isn't it? It's very classy, very elegant, and you'd be, you know, be a cowboy, you'd be very popular amongst your other cowboy friends. And what do we call, were there female cowboys? I don't want to call them a cowgirl, that's quite, you know, no need. So what are they in the films? The kind of damsel, that's it. I think damsels would like it on you, you know, Dr. Quinn, medicine woman, that sort of thing. So that's Ombre leather for horsey backy riding. We'll stay with a kind of horse theme. There's a good old rodeo. I can't do accents and I shouldn't, so sorry if I offend any Texans out there. But a rodeo is, I believe, where they run around with them lasso things on horses going yeehaw, yeehaw. And did they try and catch bulls? Have I imagined? Is that what a rodeo is? I think the last rodeo I saw on TV was Borat. so it's probably not an event I'd like to turn. No, it wasn't Borat. It was doesn't matter, does it, Bruno? So yeah, it's there's a lot of testosterone there, let's put it that way, and prejudice and kind of yeah, happy times. And I always imagine, obviously there'll be stables, there'll be all them wooden fences you see and stuff. So, and something I imagine a kind of cowboy type person to wear is Stash from Sarah Jessica Parker, which, as we know, is just lots and lots of wood. There's kind of a greener feel going through it. It's raw woods, so there's a bit of polished wood in there. It's kind of rugged, if you like, and testosterone pumped quite a little bit. It makes you smell of freshly chopped wood, which probably you know, fill the fences and stuff, and it's a very enjoyable one. And sometimes I get like a little bit of a boozy feel from it, and a darker kind of greeny woodiness. It's a very good one, very underrated, as we know. So that's Stash from Sarah Jessica Parker for road. So after you've done all this, you know, it's back to work, isn't it? And cow herding, which is probably where the name comes from, I'm guessing. So, you know, again, mixture of them all, isn't it, really? You've got your horse, you're galloping along, you've got your lasso to, I don't know what that's going to do with a cow exactly, but you've got your lasso there, and you're running around, you're building a nice sweat and a bit of excitement and joy. And what are you going to wear for cow herding? I've gone for fawn. Now, I don't live in Tennessee or Texas, you know what I mean? I live in the UK, so it's very green and damp and what have you. So if you're a cowboy in the UK, you'd wear fawn from Thomas O'Brien. Now, fawn smells of a damp forest, damp earth. You know, even if this wasn't forested, you'd still get that same kind of smell from it. This kind of damp, crunchy leaves, a kind of happy feeling. I think that to do that with a green fragrance and make it smell authentic is really quite a thing. And fawn, when you breathe in, you do. It takes you to that big green space and the kind of serenity and peace of that, and it's a beautiful one. Again, don't need to waffle on. So for cowboying or cow herding and what have you, is Thomas O'Brien's fawn. Next is a a-shootin'-rootin'-tootin', which is what I believe is a common activity. A-rootin'-tootin'-shootin', that kind of thing, where they just randomly fire guns in the air. I don't know where that comes from, and I'm sure it causes lots of injuries as they come back down to earth, or shooting tin cans off of a fence and that kind of thing. Again, you know, I have met Americans, and maybe some do sound like that, so no offence, but yeah, I kind of just shooting guns. I don't know what it does. Does it make you feel good? Do you like the loud noise? There's fireworks for that. I'm not talking about what America's most famous for, not that type of shooting. So yeah, what would you wear for that? Would you wear something a bit smoky, wouldn't you? And a bit kind of out there and weird, because it's a very out there and weird activity, isn't it? So I've gone for Myths from Amouage. Now it has that weird chrysanthemum. Maybe you've been drinking moonshine, you know, as you go out to do this, and so you've got that kind of weird, strange flower, and then you've got like ashes and smoke, and then there's a bit of a kind of classy iris comes through it, and it becomes quite smooth, but still with that bonfire ash. Maybe a shooting set some hay bales on fire. That might be an activity I've missed as well. So yeah, for rootin' tootin' shooting is a Myths man from Amouage. Now, after you've had these long days and weeks, I believe you have a thing called a hoedown, which I mean, I could have got the name wrong there as well, excuse me if I have, but I believe it's where you go have a bit of a dance in a barn. Loads of overturned hay bales and fornication and line dancing, which I would love to do one day, by the way. This does sound like an activity I'd like to take part in. And you know, a bit of chatter, a bit of kind of, oh god, that dog is filthy, a bit of kind of, you know, mingling and socialising and enjoying each other's companies, you know. And I imagine a heck of a lot of booze. Nowadays maybe it's marijuana, possibly. I mean, you know, times are modern. In the old days it would, you know, I imagine it was moonshine, rum, and because again, sadly I'm European, I can't quite get into that place. Maybe whiskey actually, but brandy. So we've gone for Angel Share from Kilian, which, as we know, is basically lovely brownie note, brandy note, some tonka in the base, some woods, and it smells by the end of it like just basically brandy soaked woods. Gorgeous fragrance. And I imagine after, you know, a hoedown and lots of raucous activity, there's been a lot of brandy and booze spilt, so that all the woods of the barn and the floor are going to smell like this. Even that kind of hay thing, a tiny bit of that would be from the vetiver, won't it, in it. Lovely fragrance, lovely activity. So for a hoedown is Angel Share from Kilian. This always seems to happen when I make videos, that two fragrances from the same house go together. I don't know how that happens. Anyway, so you've had your hoedown, you're getting ready for, it's that season. The Country Music Awards are on soon. So you know, you're chilling, having a conversation with your friends. You've got some country music on in the background. You're really enjoying it. You know, about your dame has left you, and you're crying all alone. You know, you're working 9 to 5. There's islands in the stream, and all of this kind of activity goes on, doesn't it? So, and then all of a sudden on the radio comes on Beyonce. Her name is Beyonce. It used to be Beyonce, but now she's added an A accent to the end of it. So Beyonce, or Beyonce, comes on the radio, and she's Hold'em Texan and what have you. So I believe a big activity amongst cowboys nowadays will be the dislike of Beyonce. They're saying Beyonce is not a country singer. Who cares whether she is or she isn't? But the kind of, I've seen the comments on YouTube. She ain't no country singer. How dare she? And it seems to have really got lots of people animated. To a point where, genuinely, I can imagine a group of cowboys sitting down by the campfire going, my God, that Beyonce, she ain't no country singer. Not in my name. What fragrance would you wear for that activity? Is Love Don't Be Shy from Kilian. Now you see what I've done there? Because Rihanna would wear that, and because they personally want to dislike Beyonce, not because she can't sing and she isn't very good, but just because she tried to sing country music, they're going to go, we're going to wear Rihanna's scent. Screw that girl. So they're going to wear Rihanna's scent, Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, which again is marshmallow. You know, toasted marshmallow. See what I did there? Orange blossom. A kind of warm, sweet, lovely fragrance. It's that fragrance that just teeters on the edge of being, is this too sweet? Not quite. Not quite. And just because Rihanna allegedly wore it, that is going to be the fragrance of not liking Beyonce. Okay. So the night has arrived. We all put on our best white suit, our snakeskin rhinestone cowboy boots, our best kind of hat with a little, I don't know what they put on it, a little pearl and them dangly things on it, and one of them dangly tie things. You know, you pull up your belt, you have your trousers over your belly. Right, my darlings, we're off to the CMAs. And you go to the Country Music Awards, and you know, you're looking your best and you're really enjoying it, and you're meeting the who's who in the country world. You know, I do know loads of country singers, but do I give that away? I'm meeting Garth Brooks and Tim McGraw, more old school ones who they might still like, and Martina McBride and Rebecca, whatever her name is, it's not Rebecca, Reba McEntire, is belting out one of them ballads about being lonely and shampooing her hair. So what you're going to wear for that, it has to be a really kind of dressed up, fun, boozy one, doesn't it? I've gone for Sirens and Sailors from Jusbox. It's weirdly actually represents Amy Winehouse, but you know, they like lots and lots of booze. I imagine these events get quite raucous, you know. They hide their little crucifixes under their shirt whilst they get up to some naughty frivolous activity and just have a bit of a wild party there. So for going to the CMAs and the after party is Sirens and Sailors from Jusbox. And finally is getting run out of town, which I believe would be an important event for me. I wouldn't last long. As much as I dream of going to experience cowboy life and mingling amongst these folks, they're going to run me out of town. Go, get him, boys! Hopefully they won't be wearing white hoods as they run me out of town. It's a different sort of group of people, I think. But yeah, what would I wear for that? It would have to be something that I can just pick up really quickly, wouldn't it? Bit of Joop, why not? Sweet fun, although they'll be able to follow the trail with me for many miles. But yeah, it's just a bit of fun. For being ran out of town by angry cowboy folks rooting and tooting and shooting at me is Joop. So yeah, this video was complete utter nonsense and dribble. There's a lot of stereotyping in it because I've not experienced it. I've only seen it on TV and from what I've read. So I'm very happy for some bona fide cowboys to correct me, or maybe I've got it absolutely spot on. Maybe that's exactly what it's like. It's not going to be waffly. Hopefully this video is really brief. Like I say, I've had some heavy long ones and I do this for fun, not for viewers, not for whatever, you know, sponsored content. Nobody's got to be sponsoring me. I mean, I think I've just put off the National Cowboy Association, who were probably going to send me some free sausages to put on a barbecue. Not anymore. So yeah, thanks for watching, folks. So what about you? What would you wear if you were a cowboy? What would you wear for each of these events? Do these events actually exist, and do they happen? Was it all just in my lovely imagination? Thanks, folks. Bye.